Hello and welcome to the 69th edition of the Tiger Highline Online. This week we have a variety of features, including CF's reaction to feminism and the podcast of the week. So let's get into it. After the recent blow-up on social media, Courtney and Becky have decided to dig in to Cedar Falls' reactions to feminism.
Have privilege and power, it's really hard to see. So you have race, you have gender, sexuality, gender performance, you have all of these class, all of these different things, and when you have the place of power, making jokes about someone who's in a lesser group than you doesn't seem that big of a deal.
Despite the fact that half of the student population and half of the global population is made up of women, feminism has been an everlasting issue with people all over the world. We asked students of Cedar Falls High School for their opinions on the matter.
I think, I don't know. I think feminism is good, but I think our society needs to focus more on feminism. And
oh, that's good. It's nice for women to have equal rights. I think
it makes me sick.
Feminism is great.
Yes, it's cool, like quality school. I don't know what the problem is with it. That's all I gotta say.
My opinion on feminism is I have no problem with it, and people should have their own opinion.
I think it's a good thing for women to have a little feminism, but I think I'm a Christian, so I also believe that men are dominant. I know that goes against a lot of what women think, so yeah.
I don't really care much about what everyone keeps on talking about it. I think that we're both treated equally.
I think women's equality with men is great. I don't think it's worth fighting over, I guess, like it has been on Twitter and stuff.
I think it's really important, and a lot of people don't understand it. They don't know what they're talking about when they think that it's like women over men. It's like equality.
It's good to have equal rights for everyone.
Not very educated enough on feminism, so I don't really know.
I think women should be treated equal to men because we're both human. We deserve equal rights for everything.
Not only did we meet with students, but we went out and got professional knowledge and the insight of local activists.
My name is Dr. Catherine McGillivray, and I'm a professor of languages and literatures here at UNI, and I also direct the Women's and Gender Studies program.
I am Amelia Gotera.
Hi, I'm Melina Gotera.
I'm Lizzie Thompson.
The dictionary definition of feminism is, it has two meanings. The first meaning is the belief in the social, political, and economic equality of the sexes. And the second part of the meaning is the movement organized around this belief.
All it takes to be a feminist is to want equality for everyone.
And so often people who are reacting negatively about feminism are doing so on the basis of false beliefs.
Rather than to pin women and men against each other, which I think is very, very common that people think that's what feminism is.
It means opening up additional choices, not just for women, but also for men. Women are earning more in relationship to every dollar that men are earning, but it's still, what is it now, 77 cents to the dollar? That's still a pretty big discrepancy. And that's, of course, white women. If you look at women of color, it's something like 55 cents to the dollar.
To remember not to play the blame game and to point all of the blame at the system itself and not the individuals.
Again, feminism is for everyone. It can make everyone's life better.
Awareness to it. I think the biggest issue is that a lot of people don't even know, because especially in our community, we're a really nice, privileged community. We don't really see the hardships of women in third world countries.
This has been Becky Hughes,
Courtney Dobson, and Maya Lindemann reporting for the Tiger Highline Online.
It's class registration time, and as students plan their futures, some classes have traditionally drawn lopsided representations from each gender. Cole investigates trends.
Do you ever wonder why some classes have more of one gender than the other, like in family consumer science? Last year's women's choir had 58 girls, while men's choir only had 22. And in Woods, you will see that there's a lot more boys than girls.
Traditionally, I think some departments just draw the interest of girls or boys more. Foods class is both genders, interesting to both genders. Industrial tech is one too that sometimes will, lean more towards boys, but we try to, really talk some girls into taking that too, because, everybody needs to know how to change the oil in their car or do something like that. So those are elective departments, that again, business, we tend to have a few more boys in that one, but, we need to have just as many females knowing how to, do personal finance and some of those classes.
Here in art, it's not too gender-based most of the time. There does tend to be less guys. However, a few years ago I had a jewelry class that was mostly guys, because once they get into the art department and find out what we're offering, that it's not like jewelry isn't all just beading, it's making things like dog tags and money clips and stuff like that too.
More students are going to lean towards one area or the other because of some society, how that portrays it, but we really do encourage kids to kind of step out of the box and take some classes that might not be fit.
This has been Cole Murphy reporting from the Tiger Highline Online.
This week's featured podcast is a creative venture with Buckeyes on Amber Schwab's Ambercast.
On this episode of Ambercast, I'm going to show you how to make the awesomely delicious Buckeye chocolate. For ingredients, you will need 2 cups of powdered sugar, 3/4 cup peanut butter, 1/4 cup butter, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1/2 cup of chocolate chips, and 1 tablespoon of shortening. First, sift 2 cups of powdered sugar into your mixing bowl. Sifting is key because it will make the dough a lot softer and smoother. Now that the powdered sugar is all sifted, add the 3/4 cup of peanut butter. Next, add 1/4 cup of butter, softened. I just used the microwave and heated it up for like 30 seconds-ish. Finally, add 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Once all those ingredients are in the bowl, you're going to start mixing it with your hands to create a soft peanut buttery dough. Once all of your dough is mixed, we can start hand rolling them into small, ball-sized candies. Once you have rolled all your peanut butter balls, I managed to get about 20 in this batch. It's time to start making the chocolate dipping sauce. For the outside chocolate coating, you will melt 1/2 cup of chocolate chips and 1 tablespoon of shortening. I'm just going to do this in the microwave for about 1 minute. Once it's out of the microwave, stir until it's liquidy. Now that you have your chocolate coating, you're going to take one of the peanut butter balls with a toothpick, dip it in the chocolate, leaving the top uncovered like a Buckeye, and then placing it in a mini cupcake wrapper. Just like that, and then you keep doing it. Now that all your Buckeyes are completed, Let them cool for about half an hour to an hour, and then you can enjoy these delicate chocolates. See you next time.
What up? Okay. Last week, Sunday, I'm at work, right? Chuck E. Cheese, balling hard. I'm already mad. It's very busy. There's people everywhere. They're all on my tables for some reason. And so, every single one of my tables is being sat at right now. Every time an open table becomes open, I go and clean it as fast as I can. So, this table opens up, so I scurry over there with my cleaning squirt bottle and my rag, and I squirt the table. I long range shout that, and I start Mr. Miyagiing it, you know, wax on, wax off. I'm cleaning that table, and all of a sudden, I feel this sense, I just sense something is behind me. Now, at Chuck E. Cheese, when you get a sense, you know it's a customer behind you about to ask you something. So what I like to do is if I know a customer's about to ask me a question, I generally like wait, and like if I can hear them from like far away and they're like sir, 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 I wait till about the third sir, and then once I hear the third sir, I turn around and then I go help them. But like leaning over, cleaning this table, and I could feel this lady behind me, like she's like this close. It's weird as heck. Instead of saying like excuse me or tapping me on the shoulder, she taps me right here. Who taps right here? That's like an intimate spot on the body. Who does that? That's weird. I'm already mad, right? That made me so mad. I am mad because A, it's packed, B, there's people in all of my tables, and C, this girl just touched me inappropriately in a work environment. So I turn around and I see this lady wearing a giant baggy shirt, just like you could freaking skydive with this thing and it'd be a parachute. She does, and it's not her size, by the way. She's wearing pink pajama pants, and all I can think is, what are you wearing? It is 2 o'clock in the afternoon and you're wearing pajama pants right now? You're in a restaurant. Clean up a little bit, that's gross. But I turn around, this is what happens. She goes, sir, a game over there, it's not working. We put like 6 coins in and no tickets are coming out and the game won't like drop the ball or anything. It's just, I think it's broken. Alright, can you take me to it? It's right over there. So I walk over there and there's like this dude there. I don't know if it's her boyfriend or her dad or her brother, but I don't even care. So I get over there, this guy is like chucking coins in just one after another. Like, dude, if it's not working, quit putting coins in. Like, is that too hard to grasp? I don't get it. Why can't people understand that? So I get over there and this guy's just still chucking his coins in. Like, if it's not working, quit putting your coins in. So I have to open this game up, I crawl in there, I fix the pulley thing that makes all the balls go up into the top of the game, and then all the balls get all clogged up there, so then I restart the game, plug it back in, and then I have to put my own coins in, and I make all the balls fall, and I'm racking up all these tickets, right? I'm getting a ton of tickets, and then, so I'm like, hey, yeah, you guys can have that, all those tickets right there for free. And she goes, well, do we get our tokens back? And I'm like, what I really wanted to say to this woman was,
no, you are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
However, the customer is always right. So I'm mad. I try to explain to this woman, and then she's like, well, I still want my tokens. And this guy that she's with is like, it's fine, just chill. And she's like, no, I want my tokens. And so I rip these tokens out of my back pocket, and I slam them on the game. I put them on the table, and I'm like, bye. Start to walk away, and I'm like, moral of the story, don't touch people, okay? Don't touch people unless you know them. That's weird. Just don't ever touch me again, okay? And drop the attitude next time. Don't give me attitude. If you don't know someone, don't touch them, okay? That's gross. Peace.
You don't have to come and confess that you did it. We're looking for you. We gonna find you. I'm letting you know now, so you can run and tell that, homeboy.
Hello and welcome to Austin Anderson Sports Talk, where today NFL free agency is about to kick off. Now, the leader of the pack, the absolute number one, the top seed, the big dog, the guy in free agency is none other than Ndamukong Suh. The big defensive tackle has obviously drawn his fair share of criticism, where he has done a lot of potentially many consider dirty plays. But that doesn't take away from the fact that Ndamukong Suh is one of the two most disruptive defensive linemen in the NFL, along with Justin James Watt of the Houston Texans. Now, what teams exactly could use him? Well, let's look at the NFC. In the North, there's the Packers, the Vikings, the Bears, the Lions. In the NFC South, the Bucs, the Panthers, the Saints, and of course, the Falcons. They could use him. Over in the East, every team in the NFL could use Ndamukong Suh. Guys like that don't grow on trees, but here are some top contenders. First off, Oakland Raiders. So why the Raiders? Well, back in the day, they're known for their hard physicality, Al Davis football. But as of lately, they've been really terrible. But that doesn't mean they don't have $50 million to spend. And that's exactly why they might be the front runner, because they'll pay Ndamukong Suh potentially more than anybody else. And in that same boat, the Jaguars, who have the top amount of money in free agency and cap space, could also be in play. And the Miami Dolphins are a hot team right now, rumored to be involved with Ndamukong Suh. Now, they're a team on the rise. They do potentially have their franchise quarterback in Ryan Tannehill. They also have something that drew LeBron, South Beach. No, they don't have Dwayne Wade on the Dolphins, but they do have state income tax in Florida, meaning he's going to make so much more money just because he won't be taxed on his income, which may not seem like a big deal, but it really is. It could be a deciding factor in where Ndamukong Suh lands. He also, don't forget, could return home to the Detroit Lions. Now, they absolutely dominated somewhat unexpectedly on the defensive side of the football last season. And that a lot has to do with the man in the middle. He clogged up double teams consistently and produced lanes for the linebackers to come in and make plays. And if he goes, it'll be extremely difficult, obviously, to fill that. But also, with Nick Fairley, Andre Fluellen, and CJ Mosley, their top four defensive tackles all being free agents, the Lions' defense could go from a strength to a weakness pretty quick. And in the NBA, who is the MVP right now? It is an absolute fire discussion, simply because Russell Westbrook just had his third straight 40-point game. He was the first player since a guy named Michael Jeffrey Jordan to have 4 straight triple-doubles. And there's plenty of other candidates that were front-runners before they seemed to take a back seat, Steph Curry and James Harden. And there's a guy named LeBron James who is flying under the radar somehow. But for me, it's James Harden. Now this guy, everybody knows his story. He was the 6th man in OKC. He didn't get offered the max contract, and the Rockets basically said, "Thank you, sir." And what's been the difference in James Harden's game this year? He's playing defense, something he hasn't played in, I don't know, about 25 years of his life. And he's making a difference, and the Rockets are in the top half of the Western Conference, a stacked Western Conference, once again, I might add. And while Steph Curry is leading the number 1 seeded Warriors, James Harden's doing it without his running mate, Dwight Howard. And the way he's getting to the line and hitting threes, the beard definitely should be feared. Alright folks, that's it. Appreciate you tuning in, I appreciate you watching, and it's going to be a great few weeks of sports. Sit down and watch some basketball. Well, that's
That's a wrap for number 69. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll check out our website where we have archived our stories, podcasts, pictures, and print stories. Also, let us know what you thought about this, and leave some suggestions for next time. Until then, keep it classy, see ya.